Hey everybody. So it's kind of an interesting day. Lots of people home from work, kids home from school. But here it is, the very last day of winter, 2020. So I thought I'd go for a little walk here at the South Shore Nature Center. Let you kind of listen to what's happening. Take a look at who's showing up. Maybe if we get lucky, we'll see an osprey. If you've never been here before, this is a park, a little over 200 acres, located on the south shore of Long Island in the town of Islip. It's a beautiful park. You can see some of the phragmites on the boardwalk around us. They tend to be quiet more often than not. If you have a question, you can type it in. I'll try and see if I can see them in the sunlight and answer some of your questions. But if not, just enjoy the beauty of this. Hopefully you're able to get out where you are and enjoy some of this last day. Here's some chickadees calling. I don't know if that gets picked up on your end. See, the buds on these maple trees are just starting to swell. See if we move down a little bit. See where we move away from the forest, more into the high marsh area, although the phragmites are in the way. They do make a nice sound when the wind blows through them. Some of the critters darting through the water here under the boardwalk. Lots of fish along the creek here. This creek here flows out towards the Great South Bay, again on the south shore of Long Island. Heading towards a more open area along the boardwalk here as the train changes. See everything opening up a bit more. Always beautiful and peaceful to be in the woods. Not hearing much as far as the osprey. Have heard some woodpeckers drumming. Ooh, the tree to the left.
And the tree to the right. And the tree north, south, east, and west. And the trees everywhere.
One that's been scraped. Do we see a tree over here that's been scraped? I don't see it. I can see Amanda's been here before many, many times. Amanda is one of the educators here at CTUC. She knows all the hidden places here. Just a beautiful day. Ooh, there's some rubbing on that tree right there. So the deer this time of year are mostly done, but the males, their antlers get real itchy. They start rubbing them on everything, rub the bark off these small trees. A lot of people think they'll rub on large trees. They really pick these small ones. They rub on it, and eventually those antlers fall off. And will wait and regrow next season bigger than they were this year. So that's antlers. Those are different from horns like on a cow. Horns animals will have for their whole life. They never fall off. But the deer, those antlers fall off every year. And if you're ever lucky enough to be out, you can find them. So if you look for places like that tree where the deer have been scratching their antlers, sometimes you get lucky and you can find one before another animal carries it off to eat it. Rodents love to grind their teeth on them, so you gotta beat the rodents. And again, if you have any questions, you can type them in. I'll try to answer them the best I can. About anything that you might see or you want to know. Questions about where we are. Oh, I hear some birds singing now. I hear woodpeckers. A couple of downy woodpeckers up ahead. See if I can get them on camera. Getting close to where the osprey nest is, so maybe we'll get lucky. Sounds of small feet. Clunking of boots. Little one joining us on the hike today. Ooh, Karen, Miss Amanda says hi. Okay. Just up over the trail, 3 downy woodpeckers. Sitting up in the trees up there. I love these dead and dying trees that are here. Seeing more of the trees die off, but creates a nice habitat for cavity nesting birds to easily build their homes. I don't know if I see any on this one. But they'll use these to build their homes, and a good source of food from the insects that are in it eating the wood. They're getting closer to the water now, closer to the osprey nest. Have any of you seen any osprey yet this year? We always think of St. Patrick's Day as when they first show up. I saw 2 passing overhead on Sunday. Really only able to pick them out of the sky because they were calling. Sure, we're glad we can do this. We're going to be doing a lot more of these. This one's kind of a test, see how it goes. We'll be planning to do some more formal walks where we can really talk about some of the things that are happening. Before I go over to the osprey nest, I'm going to go over and take a look at the salt pond. I'm going to be quiet in case there's any great blue herrings or other birds in there that get scared off. I can see that it's low tide. So this is low tide here in the salt pond. Those posts at one point did hold swallow boxes. They were knocked off in a storm and haven't been replaced yet. But if you can see where that watermark is, that's typically where high tide can get up to. So this water comes in and out with the tidal changes. With it being low tide and no water in here, not a lot of reason for the bird hunting for fish. All right, let's see who this is flying over. first gull. Lighting's tough, can't quite tell what it is. Definitely not an osprey. Alright, let's take a walk over and see if we can get lucky. Oh! A couple mallards coming in overhead. A what?
A bandana.
Yeah. Yeah, Miss Amanda says there's a kingfisher around here. There is, and we normally hear him, but I'm guessing because it's such low tide, he's off hunting somewhere where there's actually some water. All right, make the turn here. Let's see if we get lucky and have an osprey. Oh. Some scat here on the boardwalk. Probably from the fox. Fox likes to walk around, use the boardwalk as his little highway, and mark his territory with some droppings. And where there's one, there's always more. Alright, we're getting close now. And there, if you can see it right up ahead, is the osprey nest. And sadly, as I suspected, because we haven't heard anything, there is no osprey. So osprey build those nests, they'll use them every year. The males usually come back first, like I said, right around St. Patrick's Day. And they'll clean up their nest, set their territory, get ready. And then the female will come back, and life goes on from there. So we'll be back and we'll be checking again, see if we see anything. Hopefully he shows up over the next couple of days. And you can see here, as the sea level's rising and the water's marching inland, the forest that was here is dying back. You see more and more water filling up areas that were formerly dry. We'll get a little bit closer and see if he's in there. And I don't see him. Well, I hope you enjoyed the hike. It's a beautiful day. If you can get out on your own, feel free to post some pictures of your adventures on SeaTuck for people to share. And keep an eye out where this one kind of popped up. We're going to be posting some more of these. I'm taking you along on some of our research trips. The river herring called alewife are starting to run. Eels, American eels, are migrating back. Birds are coming back. Osprey and songbirds. We're really gonna, horseshoe crabs will be starting. And in the sense that right now it's tough to get out of the house, we'll try to bring you guys along with us as much as we can. If there's things you want to know about, please let us know. Thanks for joining me. Enjoy the rest of the day, everybody.